So I know it's been a minute since I've kind of made any kind of stacking video or whatnot. I want to try to get at least one video out a week. It's been kind of hectic, you know, not, I guess, adjusting to the curve of uploading these because I've always kind of been into content creation type of stuff. But I guess it's just been harder finding time with working so many hours that I do work. But anyways, without any further ado, I kind of just wanted to talk about silver from a beginner's standpoint to probably a newcomer standpoint because most of the advice out there comes from, I'd say, the top dogs, the veterans, people that have been stacking silver for years, decades, centuries. I'm playing, not centuries, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. And personally, I think it's good to see silver from, a veterans or, a top dog standing standpoint of how they got in or what they would recommend standing. But overall, to just acquire a little bit more knowledge, I'd like to see what the beginners out there would have to say or whatnot. So this video is kind of tell you about beginner to beginner, what I would stack, how I started stacking, and what I would buy again. So number one thing is you have a lot of people out there saying, hey, don't stack this type of silver, stack this type of silver, premiums. Don't stack this type of silver, stack this type of silver, in case the apocalypse. Don't stack this type of silver, collector's pieces, just because of the premiums. Let me fix those. Don't stack fractional silver because you can just go ahead and get junk silver. Fractional silver will get you on the premiums too. Check out that piece. Really cool piece. So with me, getting the runaround of what to stack, don't stack this, don't stack that, yada yada yada, this and that. I kind of see it as, yes, I like to take that standpoint and whatnot, but what really, I still have them right here, just over here. My very first 1 ounce rounds that I started stacking. I just went in last year, probably around springtime, so almost a year ago, and asked them, hey, what type of, my local coin shop, what type of silver do you guys got? They pointed me to these, and I just got them, you know. The only way for me to learn, I felt like, was actually getting on the track and actually running. There's no way I'm gonna learn and get the experience by just watching. So I just went ahead and jumped in the track. Of course, watched a lot of videos. When I was a kid, I grew up, collecting silver. Like I always say, I've had this piece here since I was about 10, 11 years old. And I've always been into collecting coins and whatnot, so it was a little bit easier for me to get my hands on, oh, this is, conventional junk silver and, or these standing Liberty quarters and whatnot. But, like, it comes down to more to the sense of, like, hey, would you rather collect newer junk silver or older junk silver? A big thing of advice that I've heard about, too, is, like, just the wear on them. Of course, a little bit of silver gets rubbed away right here. As for this is 10 times newer, 10 times cleaner. There's not as much silverware on it. Look, even the edges are just rounded off. There's so much just silver gone. This, compared to this, might weigh just a tiny bit more, but it's worth getting your money's out, right? So what would I start stacking? I'm just barely over my first 100 ounces. What would I start stacking as a beginner? My advice would be just fall in love with silver stacking. Stack what you'd like. You look at some things out there in life and go, wow, that guy's crazy for doing that. He completed that whole, a project car, building a computer, just these achievements. You're like, that's crazy, that's insane. But for him, it wasn't. He fell in love with the process. He loved every single step with it. And that's my advice to you, is fall in love with the process. Fall in love with the journey. When you fall in love with the journey, you're more inclined to do it. You're more inclined to, kind of commit to your goals. Go out there, find pieces you really like. Like for these are collection pieces. These are 2 ounce silver rounds. And just look how pretty that is. I love anything Egyptian. Anything Egyptian. This one's a little dirty. But anything Egyptian, I go out there and I collect, man, because it's just what I like. It's what I love. It's a piece of art to me. And I know most people out there will be like, hey, I stack, for just, weight purposes. Well, go ahead, do that. Fall in love with your process of stacking just for weight. Celebrate 25 ounces, celebrate 50 ounces, celebrate 100 ounces. Just have fun. That's my number one piece of advice. Now, this one might be for, I guess, no, advice number two might be for younger people or just people in me that just enjoy the journey of probably finding financial freedom or building a strong foundation. Me, I really don't come from a whole lot. I find silver as my way of like building a really strong. My second piece of advice is one, I'm gonna categorize it into probably three things. Is one, find financial intelligence. When you find financial intelligence, and I'd say this is for the people that want to stack to preserve their wealth more, it's more aimed towards them. Find financial intelligence. And number two was take the risks. Most people in life that take the risk end up are the ones that are getting ahead. Most people when they're older, they say, I like to talk to a lot of old people. You get really good stories out of them. And the number one thing I hear a whole lot is regret. We don't want to be the ones sitting there talking about, I regretted not taking this chance or taking this. It's better to miss out. It's better to take the chance and screw up because one, you gain the knowledge. Two, you gain you have the experience and know what to do next time it comes around. Vice versa, if you didn't take the opportunity, you're sitting there regretting, never moving, never progressing. You want to continue to progress. So I'd say out of those would be emotions. Get a strong grip of your emotions. The only thing you can do is act. There's a lot of crazy things going on with the silver market right now, with de-dollarization of the US dollar, with our economy not going so well. The only thing you can do is act. Change is the only constant. Don't let temporary emotions affect your mindset. Think clear, keep your vision clear. Don't, silver prices are high right now. Don't go out there and, just spend everything you got on silver because you never know. It can go down and it can go up. Take that opportunity if it does go down to buy the things you like. Maybe there's a collection piece, the premium was just way too high. Demand and premium kind of correlate with each other. If the premium is too high, wait for the price to come down. Don't think, oh, I got these all at, let's say, and then, let's throw out an arbitrary number. Let's say you got these all for $30 an ounce. Oh, I got these for $30 an ounce and they're 1 ounce, but now this is $30 an ounce and it's 2 ounces. Oh crap, I shouldn't have done that. No, stack the things you like. Like I said, I would buy more of these. If I could trade everything in right here for just these, I probably would. I'm not going to lie. But there's so many things here that I like. So, just to wrap up a final, what piece of advice two is gain your financial wisdom, be risky, take the chance of leap, take the leap of faith, and three, don't be emotional. My favorite analogy for that too is like with the wooden fence and the nail. You can hammer in all these nails into your wooden fence while you're mad, but when you go and take them all back, you still see the results of the effect. Don't do that. Don't let your emotions control you. Control your emotions into this. And my third piece of advice is just watch. Just go out there and learn from the people that you disagree with and learn from the people that you agree with. It may be hard sitting there and listening to the people you don't agree with. Someone saying this is about silver. John Doe is saying silver's going to the moon. Jane Doe is saying it's going straight down to the core of the earth and not going anywhere. Listen to both. Form your own conclusion. It kind of ties in with a piece of advice number two with financial intelligence. Listen to both sides of the coin. And like I said, I'm a person that likes to listen to the top dogs and listen to the beginners. It gives me a whole broader view of what everyone thinks. So piece of advice 3, do your research. Just go in there. And I already got to congratulate you. You're here watching this video. If you've made it this far, you're already doing your research. You know what you want to do. Go ahead, pull the trigger and do it. But learn the ins and outs. Like, there's something too, I've been stacking silver about a year that I haven't really learned. But I've come across the way and I've learned them. You know, one of the things is, so just real quick before I end the video, there's something I would like to show you guys that I just barely learned about silver here. So here we have the denominations of silver. Each one, you know, smaller denominations to dimes, quarters, half dollars, and then a dollar. I usually have older stuff because I don't like collecting newer stuff. I'd have a whole lot of older quarters, but I think dimes and quarters where I go a little bit newer than the older stuff right here as well. I mean, dimes and quarters where I'll go a little bit newer, and then half dollars and dollars where I like to go a little bit older. But this is like a thing you find amongst, you know, going along with your research and whatnot. Is I'll move these up here so you guys can see the scale just a little bit more. Is if it's focused, you can kind of see it a little bit more. But the way I always test my silver and whatnot is this is a dollar, right? 10 dimes. It should weigh around 0.8 of a troy ounce on this. And usually that's how I always check. See right there, you can't really see it. It says 0.8 of a troy ounce. And then, you know, that's a dollar worth of dimes. It should be the same, 0.8 of a troy ounce. For my quarters, here's a dollar quarters, 25 cents each, 4 of them, 0.8 of an ounce. And it should be like that with majority of things that go around a dollar. You know, I have 2 half dollars here, that should be around 0.8. 0.8, you know, 0.79 or still around that 0.8. It should be, I'm not sure if it should be greater or if it should be lower, 0.86. So they're all around that same weight. You know, that's something that you do come across with your research and learning about silver stacking and whatnot. And before I let you go, we'd go out here and check out this gold piece. My very first gold coin. It's a 1/4 ounce of gold. Really beautiful. But anyways, let me know what your guys' silver journey is looking like. Let me know what your stack is looking like. Let me know, you know, have you been enjoying the journey? What have you been stacking? Have you been stacking what you're liking, or are you stacking what other people are telling you? Without any further ado, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.